Hi again, it's Pastor Ken from Northminster Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. And I thought I'd read from a book of poems about love today. So let me just read this poem to you. It says, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Pleasing is the fragrance of your perfumes. Your name is like perfume poured out. No wonder the young women love you. Now, many of you may be thinking right now, oh my gosh, Pastor, why are you reading love poems to us? Because that is one of the readings that we find today in our devotional readings. It's from the Song of Songs, or the Song of Solomon. That book is called by both those things, and it's verses 1 to 3 of the first chapter. You know, it's a book, the Song of Songs or the Song of Solomon, we don't preach from much. I don't know if I've ever led a study on the whole book. Even the most liberal of translations have to take the original Hebrew language and change it just a little bit for us church folk, because it is quite explicit in the way that it describes the love between this man and a woman, or between the woman and this man. Many think the whole song is a metaphor. In other words, it's not really a man and a woman, but it's how we express our love for God. Maybe. I don't think so, though. I think it's a book, the Song of Songs, that reminds us, first of all, that men and women originally are created equal, that men and women are created in the image of God. We need to remember as we read the Song of Songs, for a woman to speak this way is unheard of. A woman was basically seen as a possession of the man. The man defines the terms of love, not the woman. We are reminded of that story in the New Testament where the woman, it seemingly sneaks into the house where Jesus is and walks towards him and kneels down and then pours the perfume that she's brought in that alabaster jar on Jesus's feet. And who is aghast by this? Well, it's not Jesus, it's the disciples and the Pharisees. Why? Well, they use the perfume as sort of an excuse, but it's really not that. The problem is this woman. How would Jesus allow a woman to express her love to him in such an overt way? And yet Jesus accepts her sacrifice. Jesus accepts her love. Paul reminds us in Galatians that in Christ, there is no longer a division between Jew and Gentile, for slave and free, and also male and female. And so this reading today in the Song of Songs, and in fact, the whole book, reminds us that yes, at times the Bible is very clear or paints a very clear picture of the way women were treated back then. But it also gives us wonderful examples of how God raises up women to lead and gives power to women, and restores us to the original creation of God creating them. He created them male and female. Now, we've come a long way, many countries have, in the way that women are treated and the influence they have. But we're also reminded that there are parts of the world, and still here, where many people feel where women are sort of a lower class. I think that's where we as a church needs to speak up. We as a church need to judge the world of view by the Christian view, that in Christ, we are created in the image of God, and that love and relationships are done most wonderfully as there is mutual submission. The whole Song of Songs is about how this man and how this woman would sacrifice anything for their love for each other. What a beautiful picture of what Christ has sacrificed for us, everything, so that we can have a loving relationship with him. If you'd like to read more of the readings, you can click on the link below. But I hope you'll read the Song of Songs. It's a beautiful book of love, and it reminds us of Christ's love for us and the kind of love that we should have for every person. Hope you have a wonderful day. Be well and stay safe.